Live Friday. Live Friday. Live Friday.
Well, there's so much to know and even more to see. From music and humor and poetry. We're so glad that you're here and we hope that you stay. 'Cause our Live Friday show will always make your day. Live Friday. Live Friday. Live Friday. All right, Live Friday. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Live Friday show. This is episode number 4. Boys and girls, today is Friday, the 12th of September. And I don't say hello. It's I, Mr. Tom, the host of the Home Video Variety Show. And I'm here with Jimmy, of course. You know Jimmy very well. And today I had Penny with me also. And we have Hedgie, the hedgehog, also. And we just want to say hello to you wherever you are coming from, whether that's, Texas or South Dakota or California or New York or Florida or South Carolina. We have a lot of friends that are all over the United States. And we hope you're well. You can say hi to us in the comments if you'd like to, or if you have a song you want us to sing later on, we can do that too. Anyway, boys and girls, this is a live show of the Home Video Variety Show. And what we do, in case you're not familiar with us, we like to say that we educate and we entertain and we encourage. And sometimes those terms are exclusive, but here on the Home Video Variety Show, we're all together here. We like to make songs that educate you, especially for those of you that do classical conversations. And we also like to make songs that, they entertain you, but it's good entertainment. Often it's folk music passed down through generations, and we want to encourage you along your pathway to being a virtuous and civil person, and filled, of course, with the Spirit of God. As you go along in life. And that is where we are going to begin today. We are going to start with God's Word, as we like to start every day with God's Word. Boys and girls, I pray that you make that a habit when you are young, so that when you get older, you have those habits, right? It's the habits that make us. So our scripture verse today comes from the well-known passage of Psalm 23. Let's look at it down here. There it is. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Isn't that a great verse? One of the things that we say, right, that we hold God's word in our hearts that we might not sin, but also so that we might not worry, because sometimes the world can make us feel very worried and make us feel very afraid, and we don't know what happens. We don't know what comes next. Yesterday, we had the anniversary of September 11th. And if you remember that, for those of you that are CC students, you know that from the timeline, it's on there, September 11th. It was a very difficult and challenging day for people as they tried to figure out what was going on. But we can hold on to verses such as Psalm 23. It's not just us here in the modern day that have taken comfort in God's words, particularly in Psalm 23. It's been known to be recited all over by soldiers in World War II. Winston Churchill said it, FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt said it on the radio many times. And so did Abraham Lincoln, right? He was another famous president and person who often found comfort in the words of the Psalms. If you would like to, if you'd like to get a coloring sheet, it's free. It's you, Jimmy. We got to get you a night costume, so that you could look like Sir Jimmy, like we have portrayed you in digital form. But it's we got a pretty decent helmet over here. I don't know. I feel like that might just take up your whole body, though. Anyway, scan the QR code if you would like to. You don't have to, but it's a free coloring page. Yours will be black and white, boys and girls. Sorry, you'll have to color it in yourselves. Wait a minute. What am I saying? We have one right here. Don't look at that one here. Look at this one. This here was a coloring page that was done very, very well by none other than Penny here. She is a great artist, but anyway, she can draw on her own just fine, but she helped us out by coloring in this coloring page. So, boys and girls, that could be for you too. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna move on now. Let's stop talking. Let's just stop talking. Let's get on to more talking. Let's hear Grandpa tell some jokes.
Hi there, everyone. We are back with more of your favorite jokes and riddles from me, Grandpa. Okay, I'm gonna start right into them. You know, a lot of people have been asking me, besides all these jokes, what else do you do, Grandpa? Well, actually, I have a job in a watch factory. Hey, you know what I do? I just stand around and make faces. You get it? Watch faces? That's what I make. You know, there are two things that I simply won't eat for breakfast. You know what they are? Lunch and dinner. You know, I actually have to do my hardest work before breakfast. You know what that is? Getting up. Anyone else like that? Well, last night though, I saw something that I'll never get over. I never will. You know what it was? The moon! Hey, can you draw a straight line with a ruler? You can? Wow, now I have to use a pencil. Okay, last joke. Have you heard about the man who sat up all night trying to figure out where the sun went down when it set? You know what happened? It finally dawned on him. Well, thanks for listening to my jokes. And boys and girls, we'll see you next week. Bye.
All right, everybody, we are back. Those are great jokes. Thank you, Grandpa. Thank you so much. Listen, we just had a quick announcement we wanted to say before we cut to our next thing with Jimmy's going to read us a little poetry. We wanted to tell you that for you, those of you that are not just foundation parents, but essentials students, we're starting to make some playlists that go along with essentials. Often there's a lot of crossover in the music, you know, whether it's 4 purposes of sentences or the 8 parts of speech. Anyway, we know that there's some of you that have always been searching through our YouTube to try and come up with a playlist for essentials. We're doing that now. We have essentials chart A is now on our YouTube page. You can scroll down through playlists and find essentials chart A is right there. And we're gonna add some songs also. We're back in the studio again. Recording something about 5 parts of a sentence. Anyway, so we have that going on for us. And we'll continue to put those essentials charts out. Okay, well, anyway, more of working with words. We have here Jimmy is going to tell us a poem.
Here, a poem. Don't Ever Seize a Weasel by the Tail by Jack Prulutsky. You should never squeeze a weasel, for you might displease the weasel. And don't ever seize a weasel by the tail. Let his tail blow in the breeze. If you pull it, he will sneeze, for the weasel's constitution tends to be a little frail. Yes, the weasel wheezes easily. The weasel freezes easily. The weasel's tan complexion rather suddenly turns pale. So don't displease or tease a weasel. Squeeze or freeze or wheeze a weasel. And don't ever seize a weasel by the tail. That's Don't Ever Seize a Weasel by the Tail by Jack Prulutsky. Thanks for listening. Whew, got through that one. That was a tongue twister.
There you go. That one was a tongue twister. I know there's a couple of poems out there that you could recite that are really all over the place, and we really challenged Jimmy. This year, we have to show you some of the outtakes for not that poem, that one he got, but there's been some other ones. Wow, we really had it. Whoa, who is this? Whoa.
It's me, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy, is that you under there?
On the helmet.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, it is you. Wow, you really did. Oh yeah, well, I didn't even notice. Look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Is that heavy in there? Can you see?
My head's falling over.
Let's get you.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Wow, isn't this kind of big for you though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's extremely big.
This is a fine Crusader helmet. Boy, this is legitimate too. Look at that. Well, I'll tell you, maybe we should get you a real knight costume, I think.
That'd be cool.
I know, especially right now since they're doing all this medieval stuff. Wow, maybe not this one. You could probably use this one as a bathtub. And it's got holes in it. Or maybe you could go sledding in it when the season arrives. Well, thanks, Jimmy, and thank you for your poem. Thank you for about telling us how we should not seize a weasel by the tail. All right. Well, boys and girls, if you are good at, you know what, even if you're good at some poetry, we'd like to see some of your videos. If you would like to send us a video here, I'm going to pop this up here. If you play a musical instrument, but I'll say also if you know how to sing, if you know how to even recite some poetry, we would love to. You can have your parents record a video of you and send it to us. There's a little QR code link. It'll take you to a Dropbox. You just put the video there, and we'll broadcast it here on our show on our live Friday. We'll let us know your name or and your age, and we would love to tell people about how talented our audience really is. We realize it's not just oh, it's us, so we're the musicians, and we know that there is many of you boys and girls that are very, very talented. Maybe even more talented than us. Probably. We've met many talented boys and girls. Last week we had Ruben here who played a piano song. We featured him, but we know there's many of you out there that can do a whole lot of that. So don't be shy. Submit your video. I mean, I've got a few children around here that know how to play instruments, and I could feature them. But let's get you guys doing it too. All right. So yeah, click on that link and submit that code. But now, my friends, let us transition over to Medieval Minds. As you know, this whole cycle, we are talking about the people and that have made up the medieval times and what was so interesting about them. And our person today is Alfred the Great. And for those of you that do CC, you actually know about Alfred the Great of England, right? Isn't he on your timeline? And you can learn some more about him today. All righty, so let's hear from Grandpa as he takes a more serious look at the life of Alfred the Great, and we'll find out why was he so great.
Yeah.
Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me on Medieval Minds, where we discover more about prominent persons during the Middle Ages. A very long time ago, in the 800s, there was a boy named Alfred. He grew up to be one of the most famous kings of England. People called him Alfred the Great because he was wise, brave, and cared deeply about his people. Alfred was born in the year 849 in a town called Wantage. He was the youngest of 5 brothers. Even though he was the youngest, he had a curious mind and loved to learn. When Alfred was a boy, his mother showed him a book full of poems. She promised that whichever of her sons could learn to read it first would get to keep it. Alfred worked very hard, and soon he could read the book. This showed that he was determined, even when he was a child. During Alfred's lifetime, England was not just one country. It was divided into smaller kingdoms, and Alfred lived in the kingdom of Wessex. But danger was never far away. Fierce warriors from Scandinavia, called Vikings, often sailed in ships to raid towns, steal treasures, and take land. When Alfred was still young, his older brothers, who were kings before him, had to fight these Vikings. Alfred learned a lot about courage, battle, and leadership by watching them. When his last brother died, Alfred became King of Wessex in 871, at only 22 years old. Being king was not easy. Right away, Alfred had to face Viking attacks. At first, things went badly. The Vikings won many battles, and Alfred had to hide in the marshes of Somerset with just a few loyal followers. Alfred did not give up. He gathered an army of farmers and soldiers and trained them to fight in new ways. In 878, Alfred led his men to victory against the Vikings at the Battle of Edington. After this, he made peace with the Vikings. Some stayed in their land, called the Danelaw, while Alfred ruled Wessex. This was a turning point. England would survive. Alfred was not just a fighter. He was also a builder and a teacher. He built strong forts and a navy of ships to protect his people. He also loved learning and wanted his people to learn too. Alfred started schools, brought in teachers, and even translated books from Latin into English so more people could read. He believed that wisdom and faith were just as important as swords and shields. Alfred was a Christian and prayed often for guidance. He wanted his kingdom to follow God's ways of justice and mercy. People admired him because he was fair and thoughtful. When Alfred died in 899, people remembered him not just as a warrior, but as a wise and good king. Now here's a funny story about Alfred the Great. While he was hiding in the marshes of Somerset, a woman asked him to watch her cakes baking on the fire. Alfred was so busy thinking about how to save his kingdom that he forgot, and the cakes burned. The woman scolded him, not knowing that he was the king. But Alfred, he didn't get angry. He simply apologized. This story shows how humble he was. Even today, more than 1,000 years later, Alfred is still called the Great. He is the only English king with that title, and he earned it by protecting his people, loving learning, and leading with courage. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Medieval Minds. Please join us again next week, and we will tell you more about prominent people of the Middle Ages.
All right, I hope you enjoyed learning about Sir Alfred the Great of England, a very wise and wonderful king. You know, boys and girls, if you feel inspired, right, if you're going to start learning poetry and memorizing books, then perhaps you can be the next king or queen of England.
Yeah.
Oh, and you have to defeat a bunch of very scary looking Vikings too. Well, if you're up for that. Hey, if you want to know more about Alfred the Great, of course, you can go to your local library. I'm sure they will have plenty of information, as he is a very famous individual. But also you can go to Classical Conversations, has a great resource for Alfred the Great and many others from the medieval era. It's the story of the world, and you just go to the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Chances are, if you do CC, the book is already in your house. So if you'd like to see that, Jimmy, what are you doing over here? Like you're eating things.
The eyeballs.
Oh, I see. You know, there's some people that really liked your helmet there. So you might just have to wear this thing all the time.
Yeah.
Well, boys and girls, we are now going to go over to the next room. I'm going to play some music with Mr. Phil, and we're going to sing along. So everybody get your voices ready, and we are going to do some singing. All right, Mr.
Yeah.
Phil, we are live.
Hi.
Wait, does it see me? Yeah, okay.
Mr.
Yep,
Phil.
here we go. All right, here we go, boys and girls.
What's up, you guys? It's me, Mr. Phil, and this is the musical part of our live Friday show, so thanks for joining us. Boys and girls, get ready to sing. We're going to sing some of our songs. That's the core of what we do here on this channel. We make songs that educate, and you don't have to be in classical conversations, foundations, grammar. Anybody needs to know the continents and the oceans. They need to know the 8 parts of speech. These are just things that everybody should know. But you CC students in particular, these are manufactured literally for your words that you need to memorize. So,
Yeah.
are you ready to sing along? It goes, hey. All right, it goes like this. 8 parts of speech. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, ready? Where
Ready for it.
are we standing when we declare our 8 parts of speech? Whether we're on a boat or we are on land, we have to be in a continent or an ocean?
wow.
See, I knew you'd love that. Okay. Continents and oceans, continents and oceans, continents and oceans, continents and oceans. North America, South America, Europe and Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Southern Ocean. Continents and oceans, continents and oceans, continents and oceans, continents and oceans. North America, South America, Europe and Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Southern Ocean. All right.
Just got my curve.
Okay. Well, we know that all of these continents and ocean were created by God, not over the course of millions of years, but rather in 6 days. As Christian theists, I hope you believe that. All right. But what occurred on each day of creation?
I was afraid of that.
Well, what occurred on each day of creation? Day 1, Earth, space, time, and light. Day 2, atmosphere. Day 3, dry land and lands. Day 4, sun, moon, and stars. Day 5, fish, sea creatures, birds. Day 6, land and rolls. Adam and occurred on each day of creation. Day 1, Earth, space, time, and light. Day 2, atmosphere. Day 3, dry land and plants. Day 4, sun, moon, and stars. Day 5, fish, sea creatures, birds. Day 6, land and moon. Adam and all of these animals and fishes and birds and things, they all live in different types of homes. Some live, in cold places. Some live in warm places. Some live in watery places. And we call these places biomes. Don't you love all these segues? This is awesome. Okay, ready? Ready? What are some land biomes? Some land biomes are. What are some land biomes? Some land biomes are. Grasslands, deserts, frozen and tundra. Citrus forest, cypress forest, tropical rainforest. What are some land biomes? Some land biomes are. What are some land biomes? Some land biomes are. Grasslands, deserts, frozen and tundra. Citrus forest, cypress forest, tropical rainforest. One more time, real quick. What are some land biomes? Some land biomes are. What are some land biomes? Some land biomes are. Grasslands, deserts, frozen and tundra. Citrus forest, cypress forest, tropical rainforest. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, that's awesome. Excellent, 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 everybody. All of these animals, they all they sort of eat each other and survive in a hierarchy known as a food chain. You know what some parts of the food chain are? Well, we have a song for that. I bet you didn't know that was coming.
I had no idea.
What are some parts of the food chain? Some parts of the food chain are. Producer, consumer, decomposer. Producer, consumer, decomposer. What are some parts of the food chain? Some parts of the food chain are producer, consumer, decomposer. Producer, consumer, decomposer. Oh yeah. I've been trying to think about I'm trying to think about how to segue to this next song, but I just can't. Nominative pronoun.
You know,
Ready? Are you, he, she, it, we, they? Nominative pronouns. Hear what I say. Are you, he, she, it, we, you, they? Nominative pronouns. Hear what I say. Say nominative. That's great. Okay. Okay, good. Now that you know about the nominative pronouns, I hope you raise no objection. Your objection is overruled because we are going to sing about the objective pronouns. Objective pronouns, ready for this, they really circle around in my head. I think about the nominative pronouns, I think about the objective pronouns, and all that circling around makes me think about like circles and a bicycle wheel and cycles, like a cycle in nature. I told you I was going to find a way to segue between every song today. Anyway,
I believe it.
Okay, so here are the cycles in nature. What are the cycles? No, what? What are some cycles in nature? Some cycles in nature are water cycle, carbon and oxygen cycle, nitrogen cycle. What are some cycles in nature? day I was looking down at the water and thinking about the cycles, the water cycle, and thinking about it all, and think, you know, this little stream here in America, when it evaporates, it's gonna go up into the clouds, and you know, and it's probably gonna someday form as rain over Europe. That's right, the rain's gonna fall down into the European rivers, and oh wait, I'm doing.
Wait, I'm
sorry, I was supposed to go to segue to European cities. Wait, no, I wasn't doing rivers today. Dang it! Okay, well anyway, the rain falls down and it lands in the European cities. Okay,
Yeah.
European cities. It goes like this. London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Orleans. Okay, just that over and over again.
You know, I almost have respect for you.
London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Orleans. London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Orleans. London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Orleans. One more time. London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Orleans. European cities, European cities. London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Orleans. London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Orleans. European cities, London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Orleans. London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Orleans. European
All right.
Okay. Well, we are out of time, and I can't segue any other way other than to
Au
say
revoir.
thank you, boys and girls, for singing a bunch of songs with us. This was weeks 1 through 5 of your Foundations memory work, or for those of you just enjoyed a good sing-along that hopefully educated you, or maybe you learned how to segue between songs and ideas.
Yep, that was good. That was really
Maybe
good,
that can
Mr.
help you in your writing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How long will we just? Should we just let? No. All right. Well, thank you, boys and girls. Wow, Jimmy! Oh my goodness!
I found a new helmet.
You found a new helmet.
Yeah.
Indeed, you did. Anybody home? That's the wrong cycle. That's a Spartan helmet. That's the wrong time period. We're talking about medieval times. Yeah. That's cycle 1. Are you still? Oh, there you are. We have a lot of strange props around here. You know, you homeschool families, you got a lot of people just seem to like, all kinds of
Authentic too.
weapons and things. So, all right. Well, we are almost out of time. Unless Jimmy, you've got a few more pieces of armor you want to show us.
Not yet, anyway.
Okay. Well, we are here to talk about our final piece of our Live Friday, and that's to recommend a really good book. And that book today is not called The Kitchen Light. No. That's the thing that when you get down and you're laying down in bed at night, and then you're about to fall asleep, you're getting comfy, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, I left the kitchen light on.
No,
That's
no.
what that is. And it's not called the kitchen knife. No. That's not what it's called either. That's the thing that you keep really sharp. And your mom says, no, don't touch this. It's really sharp. Only use it to, to cut vegetables. And it's the one that your brother takes and borrows and brings it outside so he can bushcraft. That's the kitchen knife. We're talking about the kitchen knight. That's right.
Ah,
K-N-I-G-H-T. See how that K, it makes it royalty. It's a little shiny. Sorry with the lighting we have here. Oh, there we go. Okay. The Kitchen Knight. It is a story about a knight and a princess. And now the story actually comes from King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. It's one of the stories. This one's retold by Margaret Hodges and illustrated by Trina Shart. Hyman. And it's a really great book. The pictures are beautiful. The artwork is well done. And it's the story of a knight who takes a humble position. Actually, I should say he's royalty, but he comes to King Arthur's court and takes a very humble position as just a kitchen boy. And that's what everybody thinks he is until he starts going through the land and defeating all of these much more stronger knights that are evil. He defeats the Black Knight and the Blue Knight and the Red Knight finally in order to save the princess from the castle. It's a great story if you want to learn about humility, that strength, but also not being proud, but just being true to your word. It's also a great book if you want to learn your colors. The Black Knight, the Blue Knight, the Red Knight, he defeats it all. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, and a shout out to all of you that commented, and thank you. Oh, and to the Johnson family, hello, and we're glad to see you. Sorry we're not seeing you in person right now, but thanks for watching. And for all of you that are watching right now, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, we appreciate you guys. And we have a lot of fun putting all these things together. Okay, so boys and girls, make sure if you play an instrument, feel free to send us a video. We'd love to broadcast more of that. Now, boys and girls, remember to obey your parents. Make sure you spend time outside, go outdoors. Don't spend time on a screen all the time. No. You're far too clever for that. And make sure that you do the most important thing to remember your chief end, which is to glorify God.
Yeah.
And what's the rest, Jimmy?
And enjoy him forever.
And enjoy him forever. Boys and girls, you have a wonderful Friday.